So we'll see custom roles and BPM after completing conversion process. In every implementation, we have to perform the data conversions. You have to perform the data conversion. Or else you can call as data migration. Data conversion is nothing but the process of moving data from legacy to fusion applications. Before coming to fusion, client might be using some other systems. So what are the data they have in the current system that we have to move to fusion applications? That process we call as the data conversions. When we talk about data conversion, the data what we move is classified into master data and transaction data. Okay, master data and transaction data. So master data means suppliers data as per payables. Master data means suppliers data. The transaction invoice data we call as transaction data. How to move the data from legacy to fusion? It's very simple. Oracle is providing the templates. The same templates we have to share with the client. When you talk about suppliers data, they'll have a vendor master team. Okay, vendor master team, supplier master team will share the template. And when we share the template, we'll explain the fields like what are the data we are expecting as per our fusion applications. And they'll understand like what data we are expecting as per their current system, what are the data they have that they populate into the template with the help of their technical team. Even client will have their IT team. So they'll write some scripts and they'll get the data into the Oracle provided templates. We'll get the same files and we'll convert it to CSV. That's how we load the data. We'll see the typical process steps which are involved. So data conversion is nothing but moving the data from legacy to fusion applications. Their data is classified into master data and transaction data, suppliers data, customers data we call as master data, and whatever related to transactions, the same we call as transactional data. First, we'll see how to load suppliers data, which is master data. So when we talk about suppliers data or any data, what are the steps are involved? First, we have to download FBDI templates from Oracle OER. Okay, from OER or say Oracle OER. OER stands for Oracle Enterprise Repository. OER stands for Oracle Enterprise Repository. We'll have one web URL from that you can download. After downloading, we will prepare those templates with the data. Prepare templates with the data. Reality, we don't prepare data. Here for our testing or understanding purpose, we are going to prepare. Reality, what we do is we download and we'll share those templates with the client. Okay, since the templates are related to supplier data, there will be separate team who is taking care of suppliers in their organization. The team you can call as vendor master team will share. How we'll share? We'll conduct some walkthrough. High level will explain the template. Those templates will share and they will collect the data with the help of their technical team. Okay, they'll just they can write some scripts and they can fetch the data and they'll be providing the data in the templates. They'll just populate the data in the templates. Those templates we get. So here we are going to prepare reality. We get the data from the client. Once you get the data from the client or once you prepare here, the file you have to, the template you have to convert into CSV files. Say create CSV files. Based on the template data, we create CSV files. After creating the CSV files, these files we need to place in our instance in the path called as UCM. Say place files in UCM. UCM stands for Universal Content Management. UCM stands for Universal Content Management. We place the files in UCM. After placing the files in UCM, we populate the interface tables. Say populate interface tables. Okay, populate interface tables. After populating the interface tables, the data will just populate in the interface tables. Once data is available in the interface tables, we'll import the data into base tables. Import, okay, data into base tables. So this is a typical process we follow to load any data. Could be supplier or customer or invoice or transaction or asset, journal, same process. The same process we follow. So we download FBDI templates from Oracle OER and we'll prepare the templates with the data, or else you may get from the client, create CSV files and place files in UCM, populate interface tables, import data into base tables. Then you can review supplier records. Okay, review supplier records. Right. If you talk about any application, okay, if you talk about any application, you take this as one of the application. First, what we have to do is we have to download the FBDI templates from Oracle OER. We have a separate URL. From URL, you can download it. Once you download, we'll prepare the templates with the data. Or you get the templates with the data, then create CSV file. After creating CSV file, we have to place the file in UCM. Okay, we have to place the file in the UCM. UCM stands for Universal Content Management. Okay, Universal Content Management. It's kind of file related server. Okay, or else a content server you can say. UCM, or you can say content server. So we'll place the file. So we'll place supplier's file here. After placing the supplier file here, the UCM, okay, UCM is part of our instance. Next step is whatever the data we have in the supplier's file, supplier's data, we have to populate in the interface tables. Okay, for every application, okay, for every application, you have a concept called as interface. So say take this application, this you can take any application, payables or receivables, anything. So there will be one channel to enter inside data. Okay, say you have a room. There should be interface called as a door. If door is not there, you cannot get inside and you cannot come out. So like however we have a channel called as a door for room to enter, in the same way, okay, for any application, there should be channel to get the data into that application from outside that we call as interface. So this you can say interface. This interface name is take suppliers interface. Okay, suppliers interface. With the help of suppliers interface, you can take the data into this application, only suppliers data. If it is invoice interface, you can take invoice interface. Okay, so invoice interface. So every set of data, we have a separate interfaces. We cannot use single interface to get the data, any data into application. If it is suppliers interface, only suppliers data you can bring into this application. Could be any application. If it is a customer's interface, customer's data you can bring into that application. So based on the data, we have a separate interfaces. Now in every interface, you'll have a tables. Every interface, you'll have a tables. Okay, one second. Every interface, you'll have a tables. Fine. So what we do is, whatever the data we have in the UCM supplier file, that data will populate into this interface table. Okay, interface is a channel to import the data, or to receive the data, to send the data. And interface tables we use to store the data temporary purpose. Maybe first you want to bring this supplier's data into this interface table, which is a part of interface. Later you will be importing into application related tables. Those tables we call as base tables. Every application will have a base tables. Whatever the transactions you record, those will go and sit in the base tables only. Okay, base tables. Within the interface, the tables what we have we call as interface tables, and within the application, what are the tables we have, those we call as base tables. What is the difference between interface tables and base tables? So in the base tables, the data stored permanently. Okay, the base table, we store the data permanently. What are the setups we do and what are the transactions we create, everything will get stored in the base tables. Data will get stored permanently. And interface tables. Okay, interface tables. Interface tables means, so here temporarily data can be stored. Temporarily can be stored. Like you are bringing the supplier's data into base tables. First you will get the data into interface tables and the data may stay for some time. Finally, you will move this data from interface tables to base tables. Okay, base tables. So that's how it is. So you can treat like base tables like our home. We stay in the home permanently. If you take like transportation, okay, the bus, you travel in the bus during your, you stay in the, you stay in the bus during your travel only, temporarily. During that process of travel, you will be available in the bus temporarily during, but base tables are not like that. Once you get the data into that application, the data will get stored in the base tables, and interface tables data can be stored permanently, temporarily. When we are moving the data from UCM to, okay, UCM to base tables, first we'll get the data into interface tables, and we'll keep the data here. From here we'll import into base tables. So that is a process we follow for any sort of data if you are bringing from outside of that application. Okay, the suppliers data will get here first. Okay, from there, you take this data into base. So this is a process is applicable for any application and any data. Based on the data, we have a relevant interface. In every interface, we have a tables, and in all the applications, we have a base tables. When you create invoice data will go and sit in the invoice related tables. When you make the payment data will go and sit in the payment tables. When you create suppliers data will go and sit in the suppliers table. So that's how it will work. Fine. Any questions here to understand this few steps process, please? Here. This we will see anyway in the system. Any questions here, please?
No, Lakshman, this is very clear. The only question is, what is the difference between that when we load the invoices through the spreadsheet to the system, and this is little bit different from loading through a spreadsheet, right?
Correct. So spreadsheet. Spreadsheet, okay. Oracle use some program where the spreadsheet is directly connected with table. Okay. Why directly connected with a spreadsheet table? Reason is already the spreadsheet has a connection with a table, right, in application. When you are entering the data here, the data will come from your application, your business unit, your supplier, everything it will come from here only. It is nothing but you are entering in the application. The framework is different. Instead of page, you are using the spreadsheet. So you
Absolutely.
no need to conduct any validations. You no need to conduct any validations. You enter the data in the spreadsheet. Okay, you enter some data and say submit, for example, then it will go and hit this table and it will conduct the validations. If any data is missing, if anything is wrong, here itself you see the error message.
Absolutely. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. So here, this data which you have here directly, you cannot trust this data because this you are preparing outside of our application, right? Yeah. So that is the reason this data cannot be as directly dumped into this base tables. So you will send here, there will be certain validations data, like if you are loading the suppliers, which fields are mandatory, which are optional, it will come here. This interface table also may reject this file because some value is missing, mandatory value. Then,
What if
yeah,
what if we do conversion from EBS to Fusion?
anything same process. You extract the data from EBS, okay, and you'll keep in the file. These are the files, FBDI
Okay.
templates. It could be anything, your EBS or any other application. EBS you should treat as a third party here. That's all. Legacy.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, one question.
Yeah.
So these tables, can we identify using their names that this is a base table or this is an interface table
Yeah,
like that?
we'll come across those. We'll come across. Now, when
Oh,
we are loading, you can see the base tables, and I'll take you through how to, from where you can write SQL queries in that session. You will come across, like, I'll show you where you can find all the base tables also. Yep. Here we have a topic called as SQL. When we deal with this item, okay, we are not going to learn, but I'll show you from where you can write if you want to write, if you know the basic SQL. Yeah. There we come across all the base tables, we'll see. Yeah. By seeing the name also more or less you can understand. By seeing the table, you can understand. Now we will see that during this process, we'll come across the interface tables. Okay. Any other questions here, please? No questions. Fine. So this process we call